Hello, everyone! So we have a bit of a different episode today. Today, we are talking about some of our ideas that we have for our upcoming radio and TV show. And I have here with me my wonderful partner, Sir Labrador.
Hello. Yes, 'tis the Labrador.
Yes, Mr. Labrador. So, I had an idea, and I want to hear what you think of it.
Okay, let's hear it.
So, first of all, I figured out what we should call the general audience show.
Okay.
So not the show for furries.
That's still state of the fandom.
Right. The show for general audiences, okay?
Yes.
So the word that I've latched onto is the word future, right?
Okay.
Because that ties into everything that we want to do, right?
Yes.
So we want to help animals for the future.
Help humans.
Help humans for the future. We want to help the planet, help pollution with things like solar energy.
Solar, wind, potentially nuclear energy if we can get the correct forms of power to do that.
Right. So, I was thinking about this yesterday, and I just had a eureka moment.
Yep.
Okay? So I want you to imagine, let's say 5 years from now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So this would be 2027,
Yes.
right? So this would be the year before we're running for the presidency in full. So before our full presidential campaign in 2028.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So 2027,
Yep.
I want you to imagine yourself turning on the television, switching over to PBS Kids, of course, and you see an ad for their upcoming children's television show. Now, here's what I'm thinking, okay?
Yep.
Animated,
Yep.
because you and I are much better at doing we're much better at doing voice acting than in-person acting.
Yes.
And I found a couple of people on Fiverr who can do animation for around $600 per minute,
Okay.
which is very reasonable.
Yeah.
Around $1,000 per minute is like the minimum if you're going to do it with a studio in the United States.
Yep.
So if it's just one single person and they're going to be able to do most of the work on their own, around $600 a minute is pretty average.
I suppose we could get some of the weird Korean animators to do it.
Ideally, we may not be able to do this right away, but ideally I want to do everything with labor in the United States, but
Yeah.
it may not be possible right away just because it's very expensive.
Well, the expense itself is part of the price tag because you're paying for the higher quality, you're paying for the quality of life of others.
Right.
There's reasons why it's expensive here in the United States is because we value the worker more than the person down in Korea.
Right. The value of their labor is higher, in part because they get things like medical benefits. But, to start us off with
Yep.
something like a pilot episode, okay?
Yep.
So, 10 minutes,
Okay.
$600 per minute,
Yep.
that's $6,000
Okay.
for a 10-minute episode.
Okay.
Or if we were going to make two, so that we have two...
20 grand.
Let me finish. 12 grand. 2 times 6 is 12.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Okay. The Labrador is above average with statistics, according to him.
Are you done? That joke.
No, never.
Oh my god.
Well, see, but here's the thing. I am an expert at explaining statistics. And so the thing is that you being just objectively at a like school math level, right? Like you would probably not do well in like a college math class, right?
I mean,
So you would be like at a high school math level, right?
Reddick's still out on that one.
Okay. I'm telling you, high school math is about where you are right now. Okay? And so here's the thing. That's not a bad thing. It means that someone who has more advanced knowledge in math and statistics and has the ability to teach. I have a student for the podcast or for the radio show who has more of a general knowledge understanding of it. And so when I explain it to you, if you understand it, that means that the vast majority of listeners will understand it as well.
Yes.
I'm telling you, it's a good thing.
Okay.
So anyway, $12,000 to make 20 minutes of television.
Mm-hmm.
And then if it's playing on PBS, we would need an additional 10 minutes, which we can do like skits and, visiting historic places and stuff like that. So
B-roll.
essentially, yes. So it would be 20 minutes of animation and 10 minutes of live action.
Okay.
And then you have credits and stuff like that. And, sponsored by such and such.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be roughly, let's see, it'd be 20 minutes of animation, around 8 minutes of live action, and then like 2 minutes of sponsors and credits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, like I said, I want you to imagine, okay? You turn on your TV, and here comes an ad for our show, right?
Yep.
And the name of the show is part of the eureka moment that I had, okay? Like I said, I'm focusing on the word future because several reasons. It ties into everything that we want to do.
Yep.
It is guaranteed to happen, right? The future will happen.
Yes.
Everyone knows the future will happen, but no one is prepared. And third,
Yeah, no one is prepared. Truly.
the future, why would people not be prepared for something that's guaranteed to happen? That's like standing on the train tracks and like you could step off, but you're not. Like, why?
Well, there's a multitude of factors of why people don't take risks in this world. Is because they're comfortable where they are.
Mm-hmm.
They have what they want in life.
Mm-hmm.
And they have no ambition.
Right. And these are the things that I want to change. I want people to be able to get out of their comfort zone. So, not that they should, constantly be out of their comfort zone, but like, kind of like Miss Frizzle, take risks, make mistakes, get messy, that kind of thinking of like, if you're going to learn, you have to make mistakes.
Yes.
Yeah, you have basically a 100% chance of making mistakes if you're going to learn something.
Yes. Yes, you are.
Because if you already knew how to do it, then you wouldn't make any mistakes.
I mean,
If you don't know how to do something, then doing it wrong is just part of the process.
there's a principle in D&D that I love, and that's the critical fail roll.
Mm-hmm.
You roll a 1. You could roll a 1 in life. You could be a master mathematician working...
Mathematician?
Yes.
Mathematician.
A mathematician working for...
A master mathematician?
Yes.
Okay.
Working for NASA, and you could get a goddamn washer out of place on a multi-billion-dollar piece of polishing equipment.
That's true.
You could get it wrong and roll a 1.
My dad had a friend who worked at one of the NASA facilities in Virginia.
Yeah?
And he was moving a supercomputer around the facility, and it fell over and broke. $2 million supercomputer. And keep in mind, this was in like 1995, so it'd be like a $5 million supercomputer today.
Yeah.
He got fired real quick. That was definitely a critical fail.
Yeah. Or, a multi-billion-dollar telescope could have a washer out of place during the creation of the mirror. a multi-trillion-dollar, whatever the fuck mistake.
Jesus, not a $1 trillion mistake, but multi-million at the very least.
Multi-billion, because they went in, they had to fix it. Hubble, specifically.
Oh, yeah. The mirror on Hubble. Yep.
Yeah, the reason why it didn't work is because someone had put a washer out of place.
Wow. That's interesting.
Like 1/16 washer or something. It might have been like a 5/8 washer.
Right.
Yeah.
So, the reason why I'm so focused on this word of the future is another reason as well. So, the third reason is this is something that politicians talk about all the time.
Yep.
And the fact is that every politician I've ever seen has very poor ideas for the future.
They really do.
It's, they talk about, building a future for our children or whatever. So, things
Something
like that
esoteric.
is what they say. And then what they do is whatever benefits them for the next 2 years.
What they say is something esoteric, non-specific.
Right.
And they turn around and they just do what their benefactors want them to do because, we say this, we say that because we need this percentage of the vote, we need that percentage, we need that group. Oh, but you're the one paying me money, right? Yeah. Here's more money.
So, again, a picture in your mind, okay? We're at our premiere. That's what it'll be. We're at our premiere party, right?
Yep.
And we're getting ready for the premiere to come on the channel. We got all of our staff. We've got some, I don't know, champagne or something. For me, I'll take non-alcoholic champagne, but we're sipping our champagne and we're waiting for it to come on, and it's in a world where no one takes risks, where despair and chaos reign. Only one person is ready to change the world. And that person is a furry.
There's 2 people willing to take on the world.
Yes.
And they're both furries.
Wait. Oh, no, wait. I got it. Okay. Our only hope lies with these 2. And then we do something like really funny or dumb, like, falling off. Oh God, we're careening off a cliff. Or, or the crash of the spaceship or something like that of like, oh God, the only 2 people who can save us are these 2 furries.
Bill and Ted saves the universe.
Fox and Laugh save the universe. And then, the title, okay? Are you ready? Are you ready to hear the title of our show?
Yes.
It is called Hello, Future President.
Hello, future President, my old friend.
Because several reasons. One, furry president is a very catchy name for furries. But if you don't know what a furry is,
everyone will know what a furry is by the time we're done.
That's the plan. But if I went up to just an average person on the street,
Yep.
okay, because that's our audience. A PBS audience is a very general audience.
Yes.
You're talking about people from every different background, every education level, and you have to make sure that it fits the education level of the target audience, which for us is like 6 to 12.
Yes.
So if I went up to a 8-year-old kid and I said, what do you imagine when you think of the words future president? They're going to be able to conceptualize what that is.
Yes.
Like, oh, of course, there's going to be presidents when I'm an adult, like, or they would say something like, when I grew up, I know there's going to be a president. So that makes sense. And then we go into the concept of multiverses, right?
Yep.
Okay. So our characters are going to be time-traveling adventurers. Okay?
Yep.
And so the people who are fans of the show,
Yep.
of course, they are the protagonist of their own story.
Yes.
Especially kids. So adults sometimes get beaten down and don't really feel like they're in control of their life. But I dare every single child that I have ever met is the star of their own story.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone, without exception.
Yep.
Every 8-year-old that I've ever met is the center of their own universe and their own story. And so, why not? They are our viewers. Every single one of our viewers, okay? Mm-hmm. Every single one is living in a multiverse where they will become the future president.
Yes.
And so, when we answer the phone on our call-in show, right? Okay. Hello, future president. You're on the air. They are the president. They are the president of their own future, of their own in the future. Because every kid, I know because I did, and many of the people that I knew when I was a child did. Every child imagines themselves as, like, what if I was the president? What would I do?
Oh, yeah. Everyone has those. What if I had magical fairies? What would I do? What if I had this? What if I was a sports star?
Right. And
what
so,
if I was given millions and millions of dollars and won the lottery today?
Mm-hmm.
You give them... People do win the lottery. They don't understand what to do with it. They don't get it. And they wind up broke.
Right. And so, there are multiple reasons why this is going to be our message. Okay? So we've talked about some of them.
Yep.
Here's another reason why this is important. That this is our message for the show. Okay? The goal of the program is to inspire the next generation of scientists, politicians, people doing volunteer work,
educators,
right? The next generation of teachers. Yeah. Okay. So, what better way to inspire someone who is a kid than to say, well, yes, of course. In your multiverse, you're the future president.
Yes.
In your multiverse, you're the future teacher.
I love it.
In your multiverse, you're a nurse. And so then we go. Let's say we're doing an episode about going to the doctor. Okay. So then the story of the episode, and again, keep in mind this is a children's show, so it's a very very simple story. We're not looking for Shakespeare here. We're looking for on the same level as like a Cyber Chase or like a there's some other good show Captain Planet, Bill Nye the Science Guy. These kinds, like that's the level that we're aiming for.
Got it.
And so going to the doctor. Okay, well let's talk to how do you set up a doctor's appointment? What do you do when you get to the doctor? What is it like being a doctor? What is it like being a nurse? These types of things.
I love it.
Are something like Dr. Smith, tell us what you would tell yourself when you were a future doctor back in the day. What would you tell yourself? Oh, well, I would say, study hard and learn everything you can about science and anatomy and all this. Like, there's so much to learn and so much to grow and, all this. That kind of thing is the kind of thing that kids love, right?
They do.
We do an episode about the fire station. We go to like go to one of the fire stations in DC where it's like really nice. And
those fire stations have no reason being as nice as they are.
Stupid. And
what the hell?
What's it like being a firefighter? Oh, let's ride with the firefighters to, not a real fire, but, we would do like a set, for one of the live portions. Be like, okay, what happens when firefighters go to a fire?
Well, we would ride to one of them and then go to one of the, like, fire training days or whatever. We would coordinate with... At that point, we would have the resources to coordinate with the local city.
Of course, yeah.
Because that's what they do.
Oh, yeah, just one of the training days. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we would have... Oh, excuse me. We'd have one or two crew people to do... Somebody, like, to hold the sound boom mic, and then somebody to film. And then, so that the live action portion would be more of, like, interviewing... asking questions, asking for advice, that kind of thing. And then the animated, TV show portion would be more of like an adventure, that's when we, face the villains. This villain is an evil, I don't know, something.
He's evil.
Yes. Again, I'm kind of thinking in the same way that like Carmen Sandiego had the villains of, oh yes, I'm going to steal the Eiffel Tower.
I'm going to steal the Great Pyramid of Giza.
Right.
Yeah. How?
Right.
Sure. Why not?
Right. And but to a kid, it doesn't matter that stealing the Great Pyramid of Giza would be impossible. There's the skyline and there's no pyramid there. Oh, where did it go?
It was standing there the whole time. It just got painted the same color as the skyline.
Oh my god, that would be pretty funny. But so next,
yeah,
okay. How do we get an audience? Okay?
Carefully.
I had another idea of how we do this, okay?
Okay.
One, we need to go places where there are people.
Yes.
So that we can do interviews, we can get donations, we can do yard sales or book sales or whatever we do to generate, the money that we make each month.
Yes.
So, criteria 1 is going to places where there are people.
Yes.
Criteria 2 is it needs to be a place where there is cheap camping, because we're going to be in a campaign bus.
Yes.
Because why not? Do you know how much attention that we would get from the local news media if we show up to do our show in whatever town, and we show up in a campaign bus?
Oh, yeah.
Like, the possibilities, my friend. The possibilities. So, 1, lots of people. 2, cheap camping.
Yes.
3, places where we can easily find experts to talk to interview, to talk about the different things that the kids would learn on the show. Okay? So, 1, people. 2, camping. 3, experts. Now, there happens to be a place in every state where you can find all of these 3 things in the same place. And it happens to be our national park system.
Yes.
So here's what I want to do. Okay?
Yep.
We're going to take our radio show on the road next year. So after the racing season.
Yep.
So in May or June or whenever we start, maybe after.
When all the horses are out, basically.
Mm-hmm. So after, and the summer is the best time to do this type of thing anyway, because there's going to be a lot of people traveling.
Oh, yeah.
So, what I want to do is go either once a week or twice a week. We go to a new national park.
Yep.
And we film an episode for YouTube. And we record our radio show on the way. And the radio show is a documentation of our trip to all 470 national parks.
So what we're doing is we're taking the evolution of YouTube as a vlogger / So we'll be doing the first van life radio program. That's never been done before in radio.
It has been done, but it hasn't been done this way.
No.
Like, why is there not a show on PBS where every episode they visit a different national park? Why is that not something that exists?
I don't know.
470. That's enough to make a dozen seasons of television or more. Like, why does that not exist?
Yeah. Crater Diamonds will be fun.
Yeah, and we'll do state parks too. I mean, it would take a long time to visit every single state park, but, you know.
I don't think we'll ever get to them all, but...
Who knows? We might. Yeah. And what we can do is, whenever possible, we'll talk to different people from the local area. So, like, local politicians, you know, the congressperson from that county, you know, something like that. You know, of course, Congressman whoever from Massachusetts would love to talk about the national park in their district.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Like, of course they would want to do that. And so, there's several reasons why this will be successful. One, did you know that there are multiple, various different grants for people who make art at national parks?
We've talked about this before.
Yes, but we haven't talked about it on the podcast.
No, we haven't.
So we will learn more about this, these different grant options, and apply for whichever ones we qualify for.
Yep.
And ideally, you know, we'll get a grant of, you know, a couple thousands of dollars or tens of thousands, something like that. It's not going to be some huge amount of money, but as long as it's enough to get us gas from one national park to the next, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Two, there's nothing that I can think of that would have a better amount of variety for a show. You know, every single different place is going to have different things to see, different things to learn, different experts. You know, the experts who take care of a desert park are going to have completely different knowledge than the people who take care of a cave with bats in it. Like, but a child who has never been to a cave with bats in it would love to see, you know, oh yeah, here's how we maintain the natural balance here, and you know, oh, check out, you know, here's, you know, 10,000 bats flying out of the cave, or what, like, you know, that type of thing is the type of thing that children find fascinating.
Yes.
Like, did you ever see the Kratt Brothers when you were a kid?
Yes, I have.
So imagine for the YouTube and the live action segments, okay? So this would be about a third of each episode. Kratt Brothers style show at national parks.
I like it.
And then the rest of the show is the essentially Bill Nye meets Doctor Who animated portions.
I love it. And I think here is the time for a commercial break.
Yes.